Well, as painful as the horrifying details of Jamal Khashoggi's murder must be for anyone who knew and loved him, imagine how much more terrible it is to know that people in a position to know who's responsible haven't been forthcoming with the truth. For some time now, CNN and many others have been reporting that the CIA, with high confidence, believes that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS as he's often known, personally ordered Khashoggi's murder. President Trump was briefed, of course. Now, presumably so was Secretary of State Pompeo and Defense Secretary Mattis. Our sources told us what the assessment was. The president, Secretaries Mattis and Pompeo, tried to tell us something different. The president even said that the agency had not reached any conclusion at all.
They did not make that assessment. The CIA has looked at it. They've studied it a lot. They have nothing definitive. And the fact is, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. And they have vehemently denied it. The CIA points it both ways. As I said, maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Well, keeping him honest, he might simply have said something along the lines of, the CIA has given me their assessment. I won't say what it was, but I'm still not persuaded that the Crown Prince ordered this. That's not what he said. He might have shaded the truth or dodged the question, as other presidents certainly have, when they know something they'd rather not reveal. Instead, the president looked the public in the eye and said just what you heard him say about the CIA's assessment. His Secretary of Defense reinforced it on Saturday.
Right now, we do not have a smoking gun. Except for the last 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen all the intelligence we have. We do not have a smoking gun that the Crown Prince was involved.
No smoking gun. He's seen all the intelligence. Now, he might have been splitting hairs on that precise wording. Our own source, a senior U.S. official, also said there was no smoking gun. However, according to the source, the conclusion was based on a recording provided by the Turkish government and other evidence, including American intelligence. And two sources says the assessment of MBS's responsibility was solid. So perhaps Secretary Mattis was being literally accurate, but he was not exactly faithfully representing the CIA assessment. How do we know that this was, in fact, the CIA's assessment? Well, in part because we have reliable sources on it, and now because CIA Director Gina Haspel has apparently confirmed it. We say apparently because her briefing today to a select group of lawmakers took place behind closed doors. However, for all the secrecy about the classified details, key senators who heard her went away convinced about what the CIA believes when it comes to MBS's role. Listen.
There's not a smoking gun, there's a smoking saw. You have to be willfully blind not to come to the conclusion that this was orchestrated and organized by people under the command of MBS, and that he was intricately involved in the demise of Mr. Khashoggi. Open source reports show that he had been focusing on Mr. Khashoggi for a very long time. It is zero chance, zero, that this happened in such an organized fashion without the Crown Prince.
Zero chance, he says. A smoking saw, he says. A saw as in a bone saw. His colleague, Senator Bob Corker, who chairs the Foreign Relations Committee, was no less blunt, saying that a jury hearing what he heard today would convict Mohammed bin Salman, in his words, within 30 minutes. Which brings this back to the administration and the president, who rarely fails when the subject of the murder comes up to steer the conversation back to what a good ally the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is. And it's certainly within the president's purview to cultivate any and all alliances he believes would be in the vital interest of the country. Keep it honest, though, there are ways of doing that don't involve misleading the American public. There's no good reason to send your cabinet members out to say things like this when you know what they're saying isn't true.
I have read every piece of intelligence that is in the possession of the United States government. And when it is done, when you complete that analysis, there's no direct evidence linking him to the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. That is an accurate statement, is an important statement, and it is the statement that we are making publicly today.
Well, keep it honest, doesn't seem as accurate then, doesn't seem as accurate now, and now some influential lawmakers are saying that as well.